All right, so we're starting with the first question from Alex. Are there ways to gain weight without increasing body fat? I've been 165 pounds for a long time and I want to get up to 185. Alex, there absolutely are ways to gain weight without increasing body fat. It's totally doable. Most people increase body fat because they think that when it's time to gain muscle mass, it's just a free for all where you can eat whatever you want and as much as you want, but it's just not the case, right? And if we're only in a caloric surplus, 500 calories or less, we're not going to gain a significant amount of muscle mass. And then that extra energy is going to be attributed to strength gains and muscle mass gains. So the way to gain weight, muscle mass weight, without gaining a ton of body fat is be in a caloric surplus, but just be 500 calories or less in a caloric surplus. And in most cases, we don't even need to be in a caloric surplus if we're not at our training capacity max. And if you're not at the maximum capacity that you can possibly train, we just need to increase intensity. We need to make sure the calories are there. We need to increase intensity, and you're absolutely going to gain muscle mass, and you don't have to gain body fat throughout the process. I'll tell you my personal story. When I got to Ohio State, I was 149 pounds. I was 149 pounds, and at the end of my sophomore year, I was 166 pounds. Right, so that's 17 pounds right there of muscle mass, and I actually got leaner throughout the process. So it's definitely doable. There were times of fluctuation, but I wasn't really trying to put on muscle mass. I just jacked up training intensity. Right, training intensity was super high for those 2.5 years, and basically 17, 18 pounds of straight muscle mass, maybe even more because I lost some body fat throughout the process. So it's definitely doable. Increase that intensity. I promise you, you're not training as hard as you can train. I know I'm not. This morning, I thought I trained hard. It wasn't that hard. I know that for a fact. I know I can train harder. Everybody can. Good question. All right, question number 2.